Welcome to Women Beyond the Badge. Some people would say it's a challenge for a woman to be in law enforcement, but it's really no different than men. Are we different? Certainly. I can say from a woman's perspective, we are offered the same training, the same tools, and the same mindset as any officer. In fact, we might possess certain skills that men don't have, and vice versa. I'm Detective Renee Brunmeyer, and I'm currently the first woman assigned to the gang unit. Believe it or not, women in law enforcement started in the mid-1800s. In 1845, 6 women were hired by the New York City Police Department. They were referred to as police matrons, and their job function was to help deal with children and women inmates. Over time, women began to play an important role in law enforcement. Lola Baldwin was the first female officer hired in 1908 in Portland, Oregon. 2 years later, in 1910, Alice Wells was the first female officer to be hired by LAPD. And in 1917, Isabella Goodwin made history for becoming the first woman detective for NYPD. After World War II, the number of women in police work doubled throughout the United States. In the early 70s, the 1964 Civil Rights Act was expanded, making it even so police agencies were prohibited by law from discrimination. With this happening and the demand for equal rights, more women joined the force. Law enforcement, that is. Here at the Greeley Police Department, we are proud of all the female officers who represent our organization, whether they're on patrol, have a special assignment, or position of rank. Some female officers have retired over the years, and their experience is invaluable. Let's listen to their experiences and some worthy advice, in addition to why they chose a career with the Greeley Police Department.
I'm Ann Blush, and I spent over 18 years in law enforcement. When I first started in my career, I didn't even have a women's locker room. I had a locker that they placed in a women's bathroom. And what Greeley showed me was, you just never know what you're gonna run into during a shift. And there's something very addictive about that too.
My name is Linda Gent, and I was with Greeley Police Department for 20 years. I was a police officer for a total of 22 years. You know, while I was at Greeley Police Department, it's a total journey, it's a total ride, I guess, mainly because you start off as a rookie and everything is so new and you're trying to learn, and so it's not one thing, I would say, it's a total journey.
I'm Stacy Clinton, retired from the Greeley Police Department, had for 31 years. I had several special assignments during my career, but it was not a special assignment that was the highlight of my career. It was a shift that just clicked. It was a group of us that knew each other's thoughts before we knew our thoughts. We were always covering each other, we were always there for each other, and we had a ball. It was just a fun shift. It was 2 years of late shift, and it was fun.
But there is a brotherhood of that thin blue line that is just phenomenal. And you find that you can do things that you didn't think you could do. And then after you're done, you're like, wow, that was awesome, let's do this again. My husband is a sergeant with the Greeley Police Department. Fact is, right now, Sergeant Jim Blush is in charge of personnel and training. And so I get to see and be a part of all the new hires, and I love that. I love when we're doing the essential functions test, I'm out there with a time clock and we're cheering people on. It's just fun to see this next generation coming up. And it is so important for women to become police officers because we relate to the general public in a totally different way that men do.
I got in law enforcement kind of on a dare from a Denver police sergeant who was a personal friend. I rode with him one night and he decided it would be fun to push me out of the car and take care of calls for him. It was him pushing me out of the car, having me handle calls. I actually handled calls for him. That made me go, I can do this. This would be fun. There's a lot of opportunity for women in law enforcement. And the opportunity is to be what you want to be, to go as high as you want to go, or to stay at a level that you're comfortable with. So if you're looking for something that's exciting, that makes you wonder why they pay you to do this job because you're having so much fun, than come be a police officer with the Greeley Police Department.
The words that I would impart to them is, you have one thing in life, and that's your name. What does your name consist of? Your name better consist of integrity, honesty, truthfulness. As a police officer, that would be what I would say to them.
Officer Becca Reese is one of our current female officers who was assigned to the Neighborhood Action Team. She also has a collateral assignment as a crisis negotiator. She's going to share with you what this all means, and she has a few words of advice to those thinking about a career in law enforcement. Here's Officer Reese.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Reese. I'm a police officer with the Greeley Police Department, and I'm currently in the Neighborhood Action Team. So I get the opportunity to go out into the community and really show what great things that we have here at the police department, and work with the kiddos, and also doing like safety events. It's also taught me to look at a different perspective from being a patrol officer to doing more community outreach stuff. And I get to kind of explain to them what job we do and why we do things. And the advice that I would offer a new police officer or someone that is inspiring to be a police officer, especially a female police officer, is just to be confident in yourself and just know that you can do this job. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do this job, and this is the best career out there, and if you put your mind to it, you can do it. We're just very successful in our career because of that.
In law enforcement, we all agree that patrol is the backbone of any department. Officer Erin Gooch is assigned to patrol, and she's going to tell you a little about her experience and how training plays an important role in our job.
I'm Officer Erin Gooch with the Greeley Police Department. My current assignment is patrol swing watch on the A platoon. I like that it's very active, it's very diverse. I never know what the next call is going to be. I get everything from traffic accident, to basic traffic accident to, homicides and robberies. For me, I love investigating, and Greeley PD gives me the opportunity to do so. I don't believe that there's really much difference between men and women on the street. We all bring different unique aspects to this work and different skills. I think they complement each other, and we complement each other on the street, and there's really no difference between having another female officer back me on a call or having a male officer back me on the call. We're all trained, we're all skilled at this job, and just having another officer with you, male or female, really makes no difference, because you're going to have someone's going to have your back. I think the Greeley Police Department has been really good at training. You go through your post academy, and it's really nothing like what it really is on the street. That kind of gives you a basis to get you to the starting line, and I think the police department here has been great in teaching you what you actually need to know and what you need to do. And I've learned and have had the opportunity to learn a bunch of different things, such as I've gone the privilege to go to negotiation school, and being a training officer, arrest control, which they want to send you to school. They want you to improve your skills, and I think that's a great quality of the Greeley Police Department.
Leaders play a vital role in law enforcement. Tanya Gutierrez was promoted to sergeant not long ago, and she credits other ranking female officers for laying the foundation of where she's at today. Here's Sergeant Gutierrez. Listen to what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Tanya Gutierrez. I'm a sergeant with the Greeley Police Department. I've been here about 20 years. Been promoted to a sergeant for about 1.5 years. Prior to that, I spent 15 years in the Weld County Drug Task Force, and prior to being in the task force, I spent 5 years on patrol. There's been several females ahead of me that have kind of laid the path, the groundwork for where I'm at today. Lieutenant Pat Folsky was huge. She was the first female promoted to lieutenant. We had one other female promoted to sergeant, Sergeant Susie West, and they were huge role models to me, laying the groundwork for me to be where I am today as a sergeant with the Greeley Police Department. And I hope to continue to lay that path for other females that follow me. The biggest thing that the police department offered me is they took a chance on me. I was a 24-year-old kid coming out of college, had my degree in criminal justice, had applications all over the state, and Greeley Police Department was the first department who took a chance on me. They trained me, and they've made me into the officer I am today. I'm one of 11 females here at the Greeley Police Department. We have approximately 150 sworn officers, so obviously we're looking for go-getter females who are wanting to work, who aren't afraid to work, and who can handle themselves well with the public as well as with their co-workers here.
Well, that about wraps it up. At the end of this presentation, there'll be a question and answer session. I would also encourage you to do a ride-along. Ride-alongs are a perfect opportunity to see what type of calls we deal with on a daily basis. And you never know, it might be exactly what you've been looking for. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there. I'm Detective Brunmeyer, badge 363.
I'm Stacy Clinton. My badge number was 135.
I'm Linda Gent, and I'm a retired police officer, badge 164.
I'm Ann Blush, it's badge 188.
My name is Sergeant Tanya Gutierrez with the Greeley Police Department, and I'm badge number 217.
I'm Officer Erin Gooch, signing off, badge number 362.
I'm Officer Rebecca Reese, badge number 372, the Greeley Police Department Neighborhood Action Team.
Join us on Facebook and Twitter. Get updates about the hiring process and public announcements and a lot more.